Good morning, everyone. You know, we had Teacher Appreciation Week last week, and I got some nice cards from some of the students. And I just want to say thank you to Angela, Jaden, Tia, Melody, and Brandy. Thank you for the wonderful cards you guys sent. Now, today I want to start by going over our classwork assignment from last week because I just graded them, and some of the scores are not quite what I was expecting. So I'm going to go over this question again. This is for the class party. Robin and Sean each made a pan of brownies. Their pans were exactly the same size. So these are their pan of brownies that are the same size. Robin sliced her brownies into 6 equal pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal pieces. Sean also sliced his into 6 equal pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After the party, Robin had more brownies left to take home than Sean did. What fraction of the whole might each person have taken home? So let's label these. So this is Robin, and this is Sean. Now let's say they both divided them into 6 equal pieces. But then it says that Robin had more. So what fraction could Robin have had more than Sean if Robin had more than Sean? So we want to compare some fractions that would be greater than Sean. Let's say Robin had 3/6 left. Think of how many Sean would have had to have if Robin had more. Well, if Robin had 3/6, Sean would have had to have 2/6 or 1/6 because he had more. Let's say Robin would have had 5/6. Think of some fractions that were smaller than 5/6. So if Robin had 5/6, then Sean could have had 4/6, 3/6, 2/6, 1/6, or none left. These are all fractions that are smaller than 5/6. Now, before we get into today's lesson, I want to do a quick review on some questions. It says Amy and her brother both bought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. So let's look at their sandwiches. Let's say this is Amy's sandwich, and this is her brother's sandwich. They both bought a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch. Amy cut her sandwich in half. So this is Amy's sandwich. She cut hers in half. It says her brother cut his into fourths. So her brother cut his sandwich into 4 pieces. Each saved 1 piece of their sandwich for after school. Who will have more? Okay, so let's say she cut hers into 2, so she has halves. His is cut into 4, so what fraction do you think her brother has? Those are fourths. So 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. They saved 1 piece of their sandwich for after school. So Amy saved 1/2, and then her brother saved 1/4. Now think of the rule we said earlier about comparing halves and fourths. They both have the same numerator, but this denominator is larger. So who has the larger fraction? Correct. Amy does. Amy will have the larger piece of sandwich. Okay, next question. There are 36 legs in a barn. What animals might be in the barn? Okay, so there are 36 legs. So we have 36 legs in a barn. What animals might be in the barn? So when I think about animals in a barn, I think of a cow. I think of maybe a pig, maybe a horse. When you think of those animals all have how many legs? They have 4. So we're going to take 36 and divide it into 4 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and use your journals or your scrap paper and divide 36 into 4 groups. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Now we count how many in each group. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in each group. Now for our next assignment, I want you guys to draw 2 different types of hexagons. Hexagon, hex. When you think of that word hex, hexagon, what should you be thinking when you think hexagon? Hexagon is a 6-sided shape. So we want to draw 2 shapes that are 6-sided. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a hexagon. Think of another way we could draw a hexagon. Go ahead and try to draw a hexagon another way. A hexagon is just any shape that's 6 sides. Doesn't have to be perfectly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is also a hexagon. It's any 6-sided shape. Now this last question before we get into today's lesson is going to be a rounding question. And I want to see if you guys remember the rules we have for rounding. We're going to round the following numbers to the nearest hundredth. The nearest hundredth. Now we have a rule. Remember the rule? 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. So if we're rounding to the nearest hundred, we're looking at our tens place. 5 or more, raise the score. So the 5 raises this to 600, whereas the 3 is 4 or less, so we let it rest. This stays 300. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. And now we get to today's lesson. Today we are going to be working on fractions on a number line and finding the missing fraction on a number line. And we have a really, really easy way that we have learned to do it. So I want you guys to copy down this number line. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have our 1. Go ahead and copy down that number line. Now there's an easy trick to numbering our number line, or labeling it rather. So we start with 0, we get to the 1. We want to count the hash marks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know this number line is divided into fifths. 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and when I get to my whole, I'm at 5/5. Now, if you get to your whole and you're not at 5/5, then you know you have labeled it incorrectly. The reason that we can check it that way is because we know 5/5 are a whole. Let's look at another one. I want you to label it and tell me what goes on each number line. Once again, start with 1. I want you all to label that number line. Once again, count the hash marks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now this number line is divided into 6 pieces. 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, and then we get 6 out of 6. When you get to your 1, make sure you have the 6 out of 6. If not, you have labeled it incorrectly. Now your assignment for today is going to be writing down the missing number on each number line. So I'm going to give you guys about, 4 or 5 questions, and you're going to find the missing fraction on each number line. So you may see a number line looks like this. Starts with 0, and then you have a 1. And I might say, what fraction will be at letter A? And it'll be your job to tell me what fraction is at letter A. Once again, you're going to use that same concept. You're going to count the marks. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I know this number line is divided into 3 pieces. 1/3, 2/3, and then 3/3. So I know the fraction that is at letter A is 2/3. All right, guys, looking forward to seeing your responses. Be safe.